Okay, here we are to get something to eat to go home. But see that place that says tacos? I cannot even read what that says. A little cursive thing. But he just tried to go in there just to see if it's, because it says coming soon. And it's been saying coming soon for quite a while. And he tried to open the doors and they were locked. But it says open every day. But it's kind of weird, don't you think? How rude that FedEx truck just stopped right in front of me. The guy, it was all the doors were open and it was so loud. He was booming some, I guess, rap music. But it was so loud that I had to keep my, my cell phone off so I wouldn't get a copyright violation. I think I have, not a violation, but a warning about a copyright, and you have to delete it and delete the video. But I've done that on some of them and it still will say copyright. Okay, but I'm not monetized, so it just says that it would cause problems to be monetized. It might, but I mean, how rude. It was so loud, unbelievably loud. It was boom 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 boom, and I mean right in front of me. So I mean, I can't say much because, yeah, I can't say much because when I was younger, I would have my music playing before I ever started making videos. Okay, you're not going to hit me, are you? But, before then, I would have my music on, but I wasn't a rapper, so I didn't like rap music. And hey, we had the best music. I grew up with the best music, so everything's going to pale in comparison. I grew up in the 60s and the 70s. Everything's going to... No, I'm not prejudiced about it at all. But no, it is really good music from the 70s especially. You see a lot of people using the music to do all these dance videos and stuff from then. I wonder if they all know that it is from then. But anyway, so I can't say much because I'd have to go driving down the road with my music booming, boom, boom, boom. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. So sometimes you don't even know that you're being one. You know what I'm saying? What is this place? Auto insurance. And then there's a Western Union. That's something that's rare to see, is a Western Union. Seriously. I remember one time I was stuck in where was it? North Carolina. Yeah, I was stuck in North Carolina, and my parents, I couldn't get in touch with Adam, and something had happened. I don't remember. I do remember. But I had to get them to wire me some cash, and I'm not going to go into detail. It was a bad story, man. It was a former friend from high school. Well, she was more of a friend of a friend. And a friend of one of my sisters. And one of my sisters called her and basically bitched her out. And it was a long story, that sister. But Adam's on the side of me. He's just grinning like a Cheshire cat. And he's laughing. So I was laughing, but he was, oh man. He was irritating me on purpose. He was doing it on purpose when he got up to the car. Oh, man. But anyway, it's a beautiful day outside. Beautiful, beautiful day. And it's actually Friday the 13th, like I said when I was at home. Yeah, Friday the 13th. Do other people do this? On Friday the 13th, that you don't want to go anywhere, or I don't know how or when it developed kind of a thing between, I've known Adam for we met and married 44 years ago, isn't it? I think. And yeah, that was a long time ago. And it became something that we got to where we would say, we're not going anywhere because it's Friday the 13th. You know, we're not going to go anywhere that day. And today I said, why are we doing this? You know, it just became a tradition or something. He and I are from different, by the way. He grew up in a country across the globe, and we have different holidays and all this. We never had like really truly shared holidays. Really, we didn't. So, and I can't think of any, you know, that he, you know, that we have shared all these years. I mean, we've done them, but there's not that sense, you know, the tradition to it, the feeling of, you know, since you were a child, you did this, because none of these holidays that I can think of right now, I grew up with the same thing. Not even the New Year. You know, they don't celebrate birthdays after age, around age 12 or so. It's not even a set date when they stop celebrating birthdays. So, yeah, but they don't celebrate them. Here, people make a big old thing out of it. Your birthday date. I don't think they celebrate anniversaries either. So, just totally different. But somehow Friday the 13th. And every year also, in my family, not his, it was not a, you know, both thing, but one of our bigger days also, you know, there's of course Christmas and Thanksgiving, but April Fool's Day, yeah, it's coming up. April Fool's Day was the only day that we really ever told a lie, but we didn't see it as a lie because it was a tradition, and we knew that one another was going to do it. And we came up with some doozies. And Adam did not grow up with April Fool's Day. And so I would get him, and he says, you get me every year. We've known one another 44 years. Okay, you get me every year. And he will believe him. Because we got so good at it, knowing that it was the tradition of our family, we would still get one another, you know. But that was it. We were not allowed any other time, and we grew up that way, and that was fine. You know, I'm not just a person who lies for the fun. Well, we lie for the fun of it. So we don't lie for the fun. Well, that is the fun of it. But just one day, that's it. You can tell a fib. This is an April Fool's Day prank, and here he comes again. He's going to be doing it again. He wants to irritate me. He's walking around to get his exercise. You know, I don't know why. How long is it taking? Yeah, I'm telling you, he's doing it on purpose. Oh, he is one of those. And I told him, I said, you do know what neighborhood you're in right here? It is not a good neighborhood. This is not a good neighborhood. So, and he's out there walking around and, you know, all this stuff. And then, so he told me that, because I was pointing, you know, you're just doing this and doing this. He says, you got some Italian in you. I'm like, oh boy. You know, so he's doing that. And my mother used to do this thing. No, as far as I know, I don't have any Italian in me. My mother did this thing, and it's a stereotype. I'm not into stereotypes. But my mother used to do this thing, and I don't know where she got it. I have no idea. But when somebody would irritate her, she'd take her hand, kind of like, you know, like when the Queen of England does that thing with shakes her hand like that, or used to. And my mother would do something like that, but it was a full turn with the hand, and it would be straight out. And it was, she'd do that. It was like, where did she get it? So I did that to him. He said, see there? I said, I did that on purpose. Okay. And I went, to him. I'm telling you, weirdo, but a whole weirdo situation going on here. But no, this is known to be a bad neighborhood. So, you know, I kind of worry. I was watching him when he was walking around out here. Man, he got two big bags of food. So